Ork raiders attack Imperial trade lines in the Ner-Zul system. The Dark Angels answer the call.
We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming's Battlefleet Gothic Battle Report.
Welcome everyone to more Battlefleet Gothic between Steve and myself. I am playing his Dark Angels. Playing at 750 points. Space Marines are actually pretty cheap. It doesn't look like I have a lot here, but I do. I don't know, I can't really explain it any more than that. Kind of new to Battlefleet Gothic, but my ships seem a lot cheaper than anything Steve's been bringing off of camera. Like these strike cruisers that you'll be seeing in a second here are at 145 points. It's nuts. We'll start with the Gladius though. It's a small class. It's an escort. I brought two of them. When you're playing Battlefleet Gothic, you have to roll up leaderships for the crew of each of your ships before you start the game. I got leadership 9 on this, and they're a squadron of 2. I brought a squadron of 3 Nova escorts as well. They rolled up leadership 10. The difference between these two escorts is the Novas have lances built in and less weapon batteries, whereas the Gladius have just more weapon batteries in general and no lances. They're better at stripping shields and maybe getting some lucky shots in. And I got to apologize for my voice. I have been losing it over the last couple weeks. It's slowly coming back. So if it sounds unbearable, I don't blame you for not listening to me. Lastly, where all my points are put into are my strike cruisers. I have a squadron of 3. Josh says this is how they're meant to be run. I don't actually know. I'm going to try it. I tried it once off camera. It kind of worked. Now, there was a future release, well, it came over 10 years ago to this day, where strike cruisers got additional rules for Space Marines because apparently they were unplayable, said Josh. So that gave them the ability to buy a second level of shields for a whopping 15 points, Steve. I didn't choose to do that in this case. I'm keeping it pretty basic, fighting against the Orks. It's kind of like Steve and I are getting our toes wet with this game, so we're not going to overcomplicate it too much. I can buy a Terminator crew to teleport onto enemy ships. It's 50 points. I didn't do that either. One of them is the leader. I brought the Master of the Fleet and a reroll for him. So that is going to be leadership 10, and I got lucky. The other 2 rolled up leadership 9.
So when Luka and I decided to play Battlefleet Gothic last night, I quickly went home and painted up my Ork fleet, something that's been sitting in plastic and metal for years now. My warlord today is going to be riding in a terror ship. Now I spent a bunch of points on this thing just so I could get my list at 745 points. So I do have 2 rerolls at 20 points apiece. I bought looted torpedoes for like 20 points. And I upgraded for torpedo launchers for 5 points just to get my list. At the 750 that we decided we're going to play at today, I rolled a leadership of 8 for that ship. Filling out my cruisers, I brought a pair of kill cruisers. 1 roll leadership 5, 1 roll leadership 8. I got one plan for today's game. I'm going to find a way to ram Luka's ships. I'm going to bring 6 brute rams. They have an assorted leadership value of 6 to 8. I'm trying them all as individual escorts. Like watching these battle reports? Watch Steve and Luka play one more game with Eldar vs. Necrons in the MiniWarGaming Vault. Click the link below for your 7-day free trial.
Now, Steve and I are going to be playing Cruiser Clash. This is scenario 1 in the blue book. There's 10 scenarios. This is the most basic one. This is the one you want to play at an introductory level of Battlefleet Gothic. One thing to note, Battlefleet Gothic uses centimeters, so we're playing technically on a 90 by 90 centimeter board here, Matt, but we have 15 centimeters to deploy in. The game is very easy to convert into inches as well. We just find it easiest to stick with what it was initially written as. Why they wrote it in centimeters back then, I'm not too sure why. Maybe they just liked the bigger numbers, that's my guess. I actually don't know. The game is old. So this is your typical kill point game. Both of us are going to deploy 15 centimeters forward. We're going to roll off to see who goes first. You get 1 point per inflicted damage on a ship. Escorts only usually have 1 hit. In this case, both of our escorts only have 1 hit, so you get 1 point per killed escort, and then you'll get 1 point per hit on a cruiser. Now, if the cruiser is crippled, you'll get 2 points, which is at half damage. You'll get 3 points if you actually manage to destroy the cruiser as well. This scenario is going to last for 8 battle rounds between Steve and myself. We deployed back and forth. He dropped a cruiser, I dropped a cruiser. Then, I had squadrons, he had some squadrons. We didn't have actually any squadrons. And then that's it. Let the clash begin. Here's our deployment. We're going to go ahead and roll off now to see who goes first. Highest roll gets to pick. So would you like to go first or second there, Steve?
Because of the planet, you can go first.
So it'll be me going first. And yes, we are playing with the Phenomena, which is just a planet. And we'll get into details about that shortly. So, start of my turn. Before the movement phase, you have to do orders. That's in a later FAQ. Technically not an order phase, it was an errata. but they didn't do erratas
Yeah,
back
there's
then.
a lot of erratas and FAQs to this game.
So you're going to have to bear with us here because we read through the rule books a few times, but a lot of that stuff isn't actually a rule anymore. Like hit and runs immediately instead of the end phase. There's an actual order phase. There's a lot.
I think it's fair to mention, I can't speak for Luka, but I have only ever played out of the rule book.
I have,
so all these erratas are very new to me. I like a lot of them.
I like them too.
I get why they're there.
So if we do forget anything or forget that there was an FAQ that addressed something, we're not really playing with anything too powerful or anything too cheesy, so none too concerned there. But mechanically, we apologize. Leave some comments down below. This is something we're going to be doing a lot more of in the future. So we're going to heavily rely on the community's involvement to give us some insight into that. If you want more Battlefleet Gothic. If you guys hate this, then we probably won't do it anymore. But I don't think you're going to hate it.
I'm going to keep playing.
Yeah, I guess, I just keep playing off camera anyways.
All right, Luka, do you have any orders you want to issue?
So now I'm thinking no. I was thinking all ahead full and just go wham, go forward.
That's my plan, bro.
See, I'm curious too to see what you're going to do. Because I want to get, I just want to get in it, right? I just want to get right in there, but you know what, we will do it. We're going to do it.
Did you want to go first? Would you rather if I went first?
I would have much rather you gone first,
Yeah, I think
100%.
Okay, do you have any orders to issue?
So yeah, we're going to do some orders. We're going to start with our Master of the Fleet, our squadron. One benefit of being in a squadron, you do one order for the one order. It affects all ships in the squadron. Leadership 10 is the old school leadership. I have to roll 10 or under to pass.
Yeah. All right, so what did you order then?
All ahead full.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're doing it.
Yeah.
So Luka's going to go all ahead full.
So
all
boop.
right. How about the next one?
Now I have to resolve the rest. I'm just going to keep going. These guys got one of these guys got 10. I'm going to roll for the leadership 10 one. Okay, there they go.
Are they also getting all ahead full?
We're going to go all ahead full on all of them.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll go for the
I
leadership.
mean, I know you're doing that, but we should probably tell the
Yeah,
camera.
that's true. Yeah, sorry. We're just going to go all ahead full on everyone, and then we're going to do the leadership 9 one. So they all got all ahead full.
Everybody's on special orders.
Movement phase for this game is pretty basic, I should say, especially because I went all ahead full on everyone. There's certain restrictions on how bigger class ships can move and all that, but I went all ahead full with all my orders, and let's start with the cruisers. I rolled an okay number. I went 39 centimeters forward, and I'm okay with where they ended up. Now, this is something you have to go the full distance. I can't choose to only go like 2 of the extra centimeters I rolled. I have to go the full. I'm not allowed to turn. My weapons are going to be at half strength. It's not ideal. Now for the Gladius, oh boy, do they roll near maximum, and are they right at Steve's face. Immediate regret. The Novas, they decided, well, look how fast those Gladius are going. We're going to try our best to keep up. Oh, look, now they're in ramming position for my opponent. So bad maneuvers on my end. Sometimes orders are not always the answer. I'm bad at flying these ships. Steve's bad at flying these ships. Let's see where this goes. Next fun fact about Battlefleet Gothic, no pre-measuring. That's one of my favorite mechanics in these old school games.
That's the hardest game for me.
Yeah, 100%. That is, you can't plan. You can plan as much as you can, but after playing modern Games Workshop games for X amount of years, like we have, it's hard to go. Well, you still gotta get that grasp of the range, but it's rough to go back sometimes.
Well, that's funny. Well, I
I
can
miss
talk
it.
about this forever, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm really good at eyeballing measurement.
Right.
But every time I can't check, I second guess myself.
Oh, you don't go with your gut?
I never go with my gut, bro.
Always go with your gut.
Okay, so Luka, I got really excited when you rolled those really high numbers all at full. I'm actually loving it. How you feeling, bro?
Well, I'm going to start with some shooting. You know what? I'm going to try to make up for some of that nonsense. And we're going to, I think we're going to pick on your escorts because they're going to be annoying for now. And just, I can't do anything to the cruisers right now. I'm going to need support from my cruisers. So we're going to start with these Gladius. And they're going to open up with their weapon batteries into that escort right there.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to show you guys this only a little bit at first because then you'll get the idea afterwards. Got a little arc tool here. You put it over top of the stem of the miniature, the ship, and it tells you where its arcs are. Now, these Gladius, they have weapon batteries on their port, starboard, and prow. That means I could shoot left, right, or forward with their guns. In this case, they can shoot forward with their guns, both at this target here. So they're going to, because they're a squad, they're going to combine their weapon batteries together and fire.
These two fire at him. We're not going to explain this in too much detail, but there's a decent number of firepower for a ship, and then there's a bunch of reasons why Luka will fire a lot less shots than the profile of the weapon says. These are called the shifts. It depends on where I'm flying, how far away or how close he is, and other factors. But we'll give you the final numbers, and won't necessarily always explain all of the reasons why.
Righto, so each one of those ships has a weapon battery strength of 4, so their squadron can combine them, except I am on the all-ahead full order, which halves the strength of my weapons here. So the 8, which would have been, now becomes 4. And now we take a look at the chart based on the criteria of the ships I'm shooting at. I'm shooting at an escort that's closing towards me, which means it's coming towards me. It's a little bit easier to hit because his ship can't maneuver away from my shots. Now it is an escort, it's a smaller class of ship, it's a harder target. So on the chart, it's like the second column, which is like not the best, but the second best. Now, after everything is said and done, the chart pretty much gives you automatic hits based on averages and all that stuff. I'm gonna end up with 2 hits.
Now, so I'm gonna add a little lingo to this because we're gonna say some stuff throughout this game they may not be able to follow. We're gonna say throughout this game, good shift, bad shift, left shift, right shift.
Right.
So, as we could explain, amount of shots you get, and then you look down the chart and like 6 shots against a capital ship that is moving away turns into 4 shots. But for other reasons, there could be shifts. So a bad shift means we actually go over 1, or a good shift means we go over to a slightly better shot. So the 4 becomes 5, or the 4 becomes 2. That's the same as right and left, obviously. So just some lingo. If we're talking about shifting, good or bad, right or left, it's about more modifiers to the shots.
I said second column for shooting at the escort. I meant third. Third's the average column. That's where all your average shots come in.
Yes. I'm not bracing on this.
Yeah, so Steve has the option to brace after figuring out how many shots are coming at him. Now, I hit his ship, but I still have to get through his armor. His armor is 6 on the front, weaker on the sides and the back. It means I have to roll a 6 on these d6 to get through, and he does have 1 level of shield. To kill that ship, I have to roll 1 6 to break his shield, and then the other 6 to destroy his ship.
Yep, so boxcars to kill me.
Boxcars to
happen.
kill.
No, didn't even get a shield. I love it.
Next up, we're going to go to the Novas. I'm going to choose a different target. They're going to fire everything forward. They have the same, instead of having 4 shots per with the weapon batteries, they only have 2, but they have a lance. I'll explain how lances work in a moment. They're going to combine all their firepower into this escort right in front of them.
So this brute ram here is going to brace because the incoming fire looks kind of scary. I have leadership 7 on brute ram number 2. So I'm going to leadership test. And
no, he failed.
I'm not braced. I don't need a brace. We'll just go forward.
Failing his brace, got a little lucky there. We'll see if I can capitalize on that. In the end, I'm going to have 2 weapon battery shots and 2 lances.
Ooh, scary.
I prefer to fire the weapon batteries first just because they're not great at taking out shields, but they don't suffer having to shoot through blast later. We'll explain that a little bit more in detail when we get there. So I still need 6s to get through the shields, or just to get through the armor, so I fail.
No, okay.
And now for the lances, I'll explain them in brief detail here. They don't use the chart. Each one of those ships has a lance, so they have 3 lance shots, but because of full ahead, have it. So it goes down to 1.5, rounding up, so I have 2 lance shots into them.
So 2 lance shots into my brute.
And the way these work is they ignore your armor, they automatically hit, and I need a 4 or more to get through it.
So yeah, basically my armor 6, which is hard for him to get through. However, lances. They don't care. So looking for 4s.
Looking for 4s, I need 2 4s. So
you got 1.
I hit the shield absorbs the hit, he's down a level of shield, but the second one does not take him out.
Which means there's a little explosion on my shield. We'll put it right in my base there.
Which does a bunch of stuff too.
Yeah, it's going to slow me down. A bunch of other little things, but how do you fire any more batteries? There'd be another negative shift for shooting through the blast that lances don't worry about. Now, these guys here are going to put everything they have into this brute ram, and I'm going to declare a brace. No.
Oh, wow.
I don't need a brace. I'm going to work. Ship number 4 had leadership of 6. So I have to roll 6 or less on 2d6, not 11. I guess it's fair to explain to you what brace does. If I had successfully braced, I would also be firing at half strength next turn. I couldn't do any orders with them, but I would get a 4-up basic save after Luka does damage to me. However, I failed, and I don't need the save. I don't need it.
So because there's no pre-measuring, the reason you might think, well, that's overkill, 1 escort for all these cruisers. Well, there's a range to consider here. Space Marines don't have the best range. They fire 30 centimeters.
Don't worry, I'm coming to you.
Yeah, which is essentially a foot.
Yeah.
So this guy, not in range, you measure from the stem. If anyone's curious,
stem to stem.
It's always stem to stem, 30 centimeters, and then this last one is the only one in range.
Okay, that's not bad. Maybe I did need a brace. Maybe I wanted to fail. Maybe that's my plan all along.
It was the plan the whole time. So in the end, after everything is said and done, I'm going to get 1 shot with his Prow Bombardment Cannon, which is the big, nasty gun that Space Marines have on their strike cruisers here and on the big battle barge. It essentially acts like a lance, but uses the weapon battery profile. You'll see why in later games why that's good.
It's a really good gun.
Because I would normally need a 6 to hurt with a weapon battery, but this has a rule where it always hurts on a 4.
Because my armor, once again, 6 in the front.
And also, it critically hits on 4s afterwards as well, as opposed to 6s. So all I can do is get a shield. Let's see if we get a shield.
4+, get my shield.
We don't get a shield.
No. Well, we didn't even need a brace. Okay.
Exactly, all part of the plan.
That's it? That's all you got?
That's a turn. That's a turn for the Space Marines.
I'll say every game we played off camera, you had a better turn 1. Every time.
I had one really good turn 1 game we played.
That still stings.
Yeah, that was a rough game. In this case,
This
you
is
know
the
what?
least you've ever done on turn 1.
I popped a shield. We'll show how that doesn't really matter come this following turn as we move on to Orks.
Hey, Luka, how do I say this? You're so close that I'm going to throw tactics out the window and just do all the ramming and boarding I can do as I just try to mash my ships into yours. All right, let's forget the guns. All ahead full. All ahead full.
Oh boy, here we go.
And all ahead full. I don't got to take a leadership test because I'm an orc.
Orks are all about ramming. So to ram, you have to have the all ahead full order on you. You have to clip my base or my stem as you go through me. But they're all ahead full. As you see on my end, I rolled 46. You only rolled 2, right?
I only rolled 2.
Because you got less fuel.
Yeah. But I have no leadership test, so I'll take the trade. And my warlord is going to try to lock on, even though ramming is tempting as well. I pass, and I'm going to get the lock on order.
So what was his leadership?
He was 8.
Okay, so yeah, it's an easy pass. One thing to note we didn't mention earlier, you get +1 to your leadership if your enemy is on orders as well.
All ahead full, I rolled 2 dice because I'm an orc. I rolled only a 4, so this brute ram is going to be moving a total of 29 inches. And is going to make contact with the escort and kind of stop on its base.
We got a ram. This is actually a really good ram too because you ended in base contact, which you would be able to elect to board.
Hopefully I don't got it because it just blow you up.
Yes. Now, the way ramming works, this is an advanced rule. You roll 1d6, or you roll 1d6 per hits you have on your ship against me, and then you might take some damage back. We'll explain that if it comes up. In this case, you only have 1 hit, but you have, what kind of ram?
What's it called? It is called, the brute ram just has a special rule when it rams. I mean, it's got big giant spikes in the front. It rolls 4 dice when it rams.
So yeah, it's only got 1 hit, but it rolls 4 dice. And you have to roll equal to my armor to cause hits to me. And it ignores my shield. So I have 1 hit point, 1 shield, but I'm armor 6 on all sides. So you have 4 dice, and you show 6. So he's double dead.
But you get to roll your dice as well.
Oh yes, that's right.
Because we hit together.
I get to retaliate against you. Now I get to roll half of my hits because you're hitting me in the side. But rounding up, I only have 1 hit, so I get to roll 1 die against you. I'll use my die, thank you very much. And your armor 6 on the front.
Yep.
And you do not die.
Nice.
I'm just gonna pull him, leaves a little explosion where my ship was, and you'd be right there. And that's a successful ram, folks.
Actually, I'm going to move to this one next because I have a feeling this guy might be impacted by an explosion marker. So we're going to this ship, roll our all ahead full. Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's not bad.
30 inches. But I'm hitting the blast marker because my base is nice and wide. So it's going down to 25. Oh, goodness. I'm landing. So I'm landing on top of both ships here. Wait, where'd my stem go? I can find the 5. So my stem's landing right there. I'm going to ram this one, but I'm going to be on top of both. I'm going to put you on top of me.
Now this was FAQ'd later on. Because the 3D nature of the game, all ships aren't at the same level. So you're only ever really able to pick one of my ships to ram. In this case, you're obviously going to be picking this one. Well, not obviously, but you chose to pick this one.
I chose that one, yeah. I got too excited. After I do my all head full, I still got to do a leadership test to actually ram.
Yeah, we have to see if the
captain's got to be like, hey, hit him.
Yeah, because the ship might be at a higher elevation or underneath it, and it still has to pilot its way up to go.
There are modifiers to leadership tests normally. There's not going to be a modifier on this one. Ship number 5 is leadership 7.
Looking for a 7.
8. It doesn't necessarily make sense to use a reroll here, but I don't want to go put the ship back on the table, so I'm going to use a reroll for my warlord.
And yeah, rerolls are on all leadership checks, so that's a pass, which means that escort is now destroyed. You have 1 reroll left in this game, and then we can move on to resolve this ram over here.
I got to do a leadership test.
Yep. Now, this is on 3d6 because I'm smaller than you are.
Yes, and I'm leadership 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a fail. So I avoid it, or you're not able to maneuver enough to actually ram him.
I'm going to board.
Would you like to, I assume, board him?
Yeah.
All right, so he's super dead later.
This guy's turn.
All head full. Extra nice, also 10. And that's where he ends up. Danger close to his own ship. That's it for the ramming of the full all head full guys.
I think I'm going to try boarding you.
Oh.
What?
After everything is said and done.
I'm just going to do it.
Yep, so you're going to turn.
I'm gonna board.
Okay, so the way turning works, we should explain it. Escorts are allowed to turn before they move, up to whatever degree their data sheet says. Other ships,
90 for me.
yeah, so are my guys. So he's going to turn a little bit and then fly forward towards my 2 escorts, go base to base with them and declare boarding, which will be resolved later on.
Oh, why didn't they go ahead? This guy's gonna fly forward.
Now with target lock, you're only able to go forward, right? It's the same kind of deal as all ahead full, but you get to reroll the dice when shooting.
But I'm gonna use the gravity of the planet.
Yes. So now we get to explain the planet. So at the beginning or end of your move, or both, pretty sure, I'll double check later, you can use the gravitational pull of the planet to turn your ships up to 45 degrees, which we use the widget for here, towards the planet's center. So you can't go away from the gravity, you have to go towards it. It's kind of your captain kind of giving way ship to the natural pull of the planet.
I'm going to leave it.
You're just going to stay straight?
I'm going to stay straight.
All right. You don't have to use the planet either. Obviously, you can, your inertial gravity dampers or whatever I want to make up on the spot are powerful enough to ignore the gravitational pull of the planet. Now, the planet does have other effects on the game as well, such as torpedoes and space hulks and line of sight. It's assumed that if you're going to have a planet there, you're going to fly under it while your opponents seemingly fly above it. What that means is you can't draw line of sight through planets. If you draw a line from your stem to an opponent's stem and it goes through the planet, they're not there. The planet blocks the shots. Last movement on your end, these 3 ships.
Yeah, I think...
So they're not a squadron. They don't have to stay coherent, but they're just going to fly and turn?
Yeah.
All 3 of them?
Yeah, I just want to get them all the way over here. This guy's going to turn a little bit.
Before he moves.
And then we turn more from the planet. Oh, no, he's not close enough.
He's not close enough yet. And also to note, you're only really allowed 1 turn.
Actually, this turn would have been illegal because I would have been too far from the planet. And this one...
Oh, did you turn twice?
I did.
Oh, I
so
see.
the planet pulled him to turn more. These 2 couldn't have turned more.
On to shooting. The planet is stopping a lot of the shooting just because, again, it's supposed to be a 3-dimensional game here, but the map itself is 2-dimensional. So these ships, you could say they're fighting literally underneath the planet right now, and all these ships over here are above the planet, which you can't see down there. Essentially, if you draw any line through any part of the planet, there's no line of sight, and torpedoes automatically get destroyed as they're pulled into the gravitational field. So unfortunately, the Orks, not that they had a lot of shooting anyways over here, but...
Actually, I had a lot of shooting over here.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, tons.
Oh, I figured because they're on half orders.
Yeah, well, they got tons of guns.
Yeah,
But, I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's fine. I can't see anything. I can't shoot. So I'll just launch... I'll launch some bombers.
So we are going to launch some ordnance. Now, this is something new for anyone who is unfamiliar. Well, it's super old. The game is old, but anyone who's unfamiliar with BFG, a lot of the cruisers, larger ships, have ordnance, be it torpedoes, torpedo base, or they have attack fighters, bombers. I'm Space Marines. I actually get Thunderhawk gunships, which is really cool. You'll see them coming up soon. I didn't launch them last turn because I didn't want them. Or maybe I forgot. Who knows? I'm not going to say. But we have the Terror ship right in the middle there. It's got port and starboard launchers, so it's launching some bombers.
Yep, 2 bombers each side.
So 2 bombers on its port or starboard, and then 2 bombers on its port or starboard. I think port's left, so yeah. And because he declared a board, and they declared boarding, there's no shooting or ordnance coming from those ships. Their shooting is done. We're moving on to the ordnance phase now, where both players actually get to play, if both players had ordnance on the field. Ordnance being these bombers.
These bombers are going to fly into that guy.
So the bombers don't care about the gravity of the planet. They're going to fly through or under the ships and fly right into my Nova crew, or my Nova escort here. So a lot of the ships have defensive turrets built in. This Nova escort only has enough defense turrets to represent 1 roll. So what I'm going to do is roll a d6. On a 4 or more, I'm able to shoot off one of the markers of the bombers coming in. Now, I can't kill them completely because I don't have enough turrets. So ideally, I want to kill one of these off. I do. So I do shoot down 1 squadron of Ork bombers before they make it in. That means the other one's going to get d6 hits on me as they bomb, minus the amount of turrets I have. So it's going to be 3 hits. I'm going to brace this because I'm too afraid of it just flat out killing me. And bombers go through my shields, I'm almost certain. So I have to do a brace check. Oh, I failed. Well, that's not Space Marine-like. So we need 6s to kill it. Oh, the bomb gets through and destroys my escort. That was huge. Which will leave the board with a nice, happy little blast marker. Now, normally I have to try and avoid putting the blast markers against other ships because they do affect shields. In this case, they were base-to-base contact, so he gets a blast marker too. And that's it for those bombers. Now, these bombers are going over here.
Yeah, I'm going to fly to this one.
Ooh, flying up and around. Now, they move, what do they move, 20 or 30? 20. They have enough movement anyways, but they're all, that's right, bombers move 20. So they're going to fly up and over and attack that escort. I do have turrets. Or more. Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, no.
That means both bombers are going to make it in, so it's going to be 2 and 5. So 7 hits. I'm going to try and brace. Come on, buddy. Okay, that time we brace. Now we take their active order and put it to brace.
Lots of sixes. Just one.
Just one gets through. Now, because I braced for impact, my crew got down, they battened the hatches, all that good stuff. I have a 4-up save against this damage now. Which, it mattered. I thought it was going to be your 1. So I'm alive, but I'm braced. And once the tokens go to attack something, they're not destroyed. Well, I mean, in some cases they're destroyed, but they fly back to the cruiser they came from.
Rearm and refuel.
To rearm and refuel. Now we come to the end phase, where you remove blast markers, damage control, and all that stuff. But the first thing you have to resolve are boarding actions. You have 3 different boarding actions you can do here. Do you want to start with the basic ones, or do you want to do the bigger one?
For the big boy.
All right, big boy. So there's a lot of things to consider here. How many hits does your cruiser have?
10.
I have 1. So that means you have, there's points for, it's essentially a roll-off, and there's damage applied to both ships based on the difference of the roll-off. You get a lot of modifiers. Here are all of the modifiers. As you can see down here, twice as many +2, 3 times +3, 4 times +4. So right away you get +4 against my boarding. We're going to roll it off and then explain what our actual totals are afterwards. That might not be good. We're going to start with yours, and we'll explain it on camera for anyone who's curious. You get +4 for your size over mine, so that's 5, because you have so many more Orks than I have Space Marines. And then Orks just inherently get +1 to boarding results, so you're at 6. Now, I'm on orders, so you get another +1 for that. So your total is going to be a 7. Now I apply my total. I actually win this one. Now, I get +2 because I'm a Space Marine when it comes to boarding. So I'm already at 7. My enemy has a blast marker and base contact, so I go by 1 more. And my enemy has a special order as well, which is the all-ahead full. So that puts me at a total of 9 to 7. This one's actually not on the chart. I just read it now. The ship being boarded actually adds its remaining amount of turrets, which is 1. So I actually get a 10. Now the first thing we do is the ship with the lowest total takes damage equal to the difference. So it's going to be 3 damage to the killer cruiser.
Yep.
So he's got 10 hits, so he's down to 7 hits. He's not crippled yet. The crew took a pretty bad hit there. And then we have to roll on a chart to see if any critical damage is suffered by both of our ships. Now if I take any critical damage, I'm destroyed. And now for the chance of critical damage to our ships or our crew after the results. Because the difference is 3 in my favor, I critically hit your ship on a 3-up, you critically hit me on a 6. We'll do you against me first. So on a 6, I'm dead. On a 3, you take a critical result. Oh, so no critical damage. So that was unfortunate for Steve. I got incredibly lucky there with that roll-off. Boarding is super risky, but it can pay off. Over here, now there was a calculation, but Steve wants to go ahead with it anyways. He's an Orc, he wants to board. We were under the impression this was going to be even dice because you are Orcs with +1. I am Space Marines with +2, but I have an order, so we're essentially both +2. But didn't realize that turrets add to it as well, and I have 2 turrets there and 2 separate boards. So it's pretty much a dice off, and I get +1 to my roll. So I'm dead. That first ship is 100% dead. Now let's roll for the second one because it's the same thing. Oh, hey, look at that trade, 1 for 1. So he dies, and he dies. I guess in the end it was even dice off essentially.
I regret nothing. I'm going to teleport one.
Now we got teleport attacks as well. Now these are pretty, actually this is, we have a few teleport attacks that can happen here. Teleporter attacks are things that ships can do from ship to ship combat. It's like something in addition to boarding, but it's not as devastating because you can only send so many things, right? You can't send your entire crew like you can with a board. Not your entire crew, but a lot of people. Though realizing the restrictions of teleportations, none are actually possible here. So you can only teleport attack to a ship if you have, essentially, if you're not an escort. There's other ones too, but only your big ships here can teleport attack Orcs over to me. But I have to have no active shields because shields interrupt the teleport technology. Over here, I don't have shields over here, but escorts aren't capable of teleport attacking unless you're Necrons. And teleporters only have a range of 10 centimeters from stem to stem. So it is pretty limited there as well. Now we remove blast markers. 3 blast markers.
Only the one again.
Yeah, you're only allowed to take blast markers off the table that are not in base contact with the ship. That is going to sum up Orc Turn 1 and Battle Round 1 as well. For those of you not familiar with the game, hopefully you're keeping up and grasping what we're trying to explain here. And those of you who are very familiar with the game, and as we explain it, hopefully you're still enjoying it. Let's see what the Space Marines can do in Turn 2.
Oh, start Luka's turn.
So I'm going to pull at the start of my turn, these orders go away. Braces last until my end phase. So when you brace on your turn, you're pretty much saying he's not doing any orders next turn either.
Yeah. So no orders here?
No, I'm not going to do any orders on them. I'm not going to do any orders at all, actually. We're just going to...
Right to movement?
Just right to movement. We're going to move this Gladius first. He's going to use the gravitational pull from the planet to go 45. and then he's going to use his up to his 90-degree turn. I didn't even need to use a planet. I just want to go this direction. I don't know what I'm doing. And then he's going to move. He moves 30, but he's going to be moving through a blast marker, so he moves up to 25. So he's going to move. You have to always go at least half of your distance because of the inertia of space and travel, and you can't just stop in space. So he's going to end up moving about there. Now we're going to move the cruisers. Now, because they're cruisers, they can't turn on a dime. I mean, the planet's there, they could, but I don't want to because they want a broadside. They broadside a little bit more. So we're measuring stem to stem. They move 10. Bloop. And then, technically supposed to do a ship by ship first. They do have a 90-degree turn they can do, but we're going to go about a 45. So, measuring, figuring out. Boop, he's going to end up going there. And then these guys can go a little bit further because there's no blast marker. So they're all going to end like that. Now this little guy here already measured it. He's going to fly to there, turn, and fly behind this terror ship. All right, shooting time. We're going to open up with this GLADIUS firing into this terror ship because these guys are on the planet and I can't quite shoot at them.
I'm going to brace.
That's fair.
Ooh, there should be.
Hey, nice pass.
We are braced. Braced.
After everything is said and done, I get 1 die.
My side armor is 5.
Oh, nice. Oh, I hit it.
Oh, okay.
Shields. Oh, I messed up. See, here's a good tactic. Now, I put a blast marker there. That guy, I should not have done that. That means these guys are going to be firing through blast markers, which means it's a bad shift because it's harder to hit something through a blast marker. I should have shot with him first to maybe pop the blast marker over here instead.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I should have done that. That is what it is. We're just going to go ahead and, you know what? We're going to fire all of these ships now into that terror ship and see what we get.
I'm going to triple brace.
Now they're big, nasty bombardment cannons that only hit on 4s. 9 altogether, whittled down to 2. Oh, we got a hit though.
All right, let's brace. Brace!
Oh, it's a critical. It might be a critical hit on a 4 or more.
Plus is a crit?
No, just a hit. That's brutal. Down. Now the rest of their weapon batteries that shoot starboard or port, down to 2.
5s.
I got 1 hit.
Okay, let's brace that. No. Is it a crit?
Is it a critical though? On a 6? No. The last thing. Oh, you know what? Going back to them, I am going to shoot their ordnance off now. It's time for some Thunderhawk gunships. This is what the Space Marines specialize in. These aren't actual giant gunboats.
Everything?
Everything. Yeah.
Especially specialize in everything.
These are
boarding,
glorified
defense,
transports,
shooting,
planetary assaults, and boarding.
Really hit the cheap points.
And like 100. It's 145 points for this shit.
145 points for one of these.
It's nuts.
This ship is going to be 26. Like 2 of these or him.
That's nuts.
I'm not going to be half as effective as one of them.
Now we shoot the Nova into the back of the terror ship. 1 die with his weapon battery into the bum of the terror ship. We hit.
Of course you do.
Brace.
Hey! I think it's the first time I've made one in the last 3 days.
I think so. He's got 1 lance on a 4 or more.
Is it all the way around lance?
He's got lance prow. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So these Thunderhawks are going to fly. They move 20 as well into, I believe, this guy because I think that guy's too far.
Okay. I got 1 turret.
On a 4 more, you stop 1. I'm just gonna double check. Actually, no.
You can't pre-measure.
You can't pre-measure. Yeah, that's a weird one. But no, he's well within 20. I'm just gonna go for him.
After you measure.
Sorry.
That's fine. I killed 1 with a turret.
Oh.
1 goes in.
Only 1 makes it in. All you really so Thunderhawks are fighters and assault boats. So they have Space Marines on them. They cut their way into the ship and they assault in. So it's a hit and run attack, which is the same as a teleport attack. So I'm going to roll a d6, and it's going to be that result on the critical table. I'm a Space Marine, so of course I get +1 to this roll. So we roll a 3 on the critical table. So that they flew in and they hurt the starboard armaments over here, so nothing on the starboard side can fire until it's repaired.
Any others?
These Thunderhawks are going to attempt to fly over to him and see if he's within 20. Oh!
I rolled 2 dice. I failed 1 and passed 1.
It doesn't really matter because I can only ever roll 1 die.
Well, that's what I mean. I gotta. There, I killed 1 of your Thunderhawks, doing it correctly. I only rolled 1 turret. But does it matter for you?
Even if I get like 6 in, I only roll 1 die.
So I'm not gonna bother firing my turrets then.
Right.
You just get in every time.
I suppose. Yeah.
Really?
I think so. Pretty sure that's how it works.
All right, you're in.
We're getting 1 guy in. So again, critical table. This one's going to be a 2. because it's +1. So they went in to try and destroy the dorsal armaments. It doesn't actually have any, so it goes to the next tier up, which is starboard again. So his starboard guns are also critically damaged. And then the last squadron of Thunderhawks are going to fly into this escort.
I'm not going to bother firing my turbo.
You can only kill the one.
Yep.
So when rolling against an escort, any critical damage automatically destroys it, and I get +1.
Okay, so you're basically just going to roll crit 3 times a turn against my army. Luka's got no repairs, so I'll repair this guy first. I have 8 hull points remaining. I'm going to roll 8 dice, and I repair my starboard side.
Yep, so, yeah.
And then the other guy's got 7, so he's going to roll 7 dice. Every 6 is going to repair something, and he repairs his starboard side as well.
So the critical damage I did is actually nothing.
Not that bad when you're that big.
All right, last thing to do on my turn is get rid of some blast markers. I get rid of 1.
Okay. Maybe I can use this planet to get around behind, or at least beside Luka, and his fleet of invincibility. Orks turn 2.
Orders come off, except for the brace. I'm going to go ahead and note that this goes away at the end of my turn as well.
We got to go all ahead full, just even attempt to shoot. And this guy's going to attempt to lock on. Unsuccessfully.
His leadership is
5.
Oh, wow, on a killer cruiser.
He ain't numbering anything.
So, want to note there, failing that order in the order phase means no more orders can be issued. For anyone who's curious, except for brace for impact, that one you're allowed to do even though you fail earlier in the phase. And we're on to the movement now.
I'm going to use the gravity.
45-degree turn, blue. 1 free turn because of the gravitational pull of the planet, as long as we go closer to the planet. And then
I'm going to do
blue.
10.
Boop, and then you could do another turn if you want to.
45.
This is your
my
actual,
regular turn.
Actual cruiser turn. Slow ships, but planet helps.
And then we're going to just pop out enough.
Just so you can actually shoot guns.
Yeah.
And yeah, now that your stem's outside of the planet, you can see me.
Well, this guy is not doing anything this turn. It's not whole. I'm just, unfortunately, bad luck. Gravity to pull.
Okay. Use it as a turn.
And then,
He's going to fly on the planet and hide.
yeah.
Poop, do you want to turn again?
And then he's going to turn again. So we'll turn a little bit more to the center and then...
Do you want to land on? I guess you're safe from shooting, so it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah. And then we're just going to go here. So I'll pull that off, hopefully. So this... So real quick, I'm just going to move the little ships first, just because he's on top of my base.
Yeah, just get them out of here.
He's going to turn... Yeah. So he's going to turn this way, and then he's going to fly. I'm going to board you.
He went to fly on the planet, and then he turned...
Well, not ran.
It was a 45 turn because of the planet, moved into the planet, then did his 90-degree turn for his ship, and then flew into me, and then declaring a board.
Yeah. Same. We're going to go... Actually, this one's going to go... He's going to go... Yeah, it won't really matter.
So he's going to do a little 90 turn and fly into him and declare a board as well.
I'm going to go all the way so I don't have to land on that.
Yep. Overlap my base a little bit there.
Same thing.
These two are going to swarm that Nova over there. Fly and board, fly and board. So no shooting, but they're going to be boarding. And we have this last guy to move.
Okay, so first, I better roll first.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to use my, I normally can't turn, but I'm going to let the gravity pull me.
Planet turn, going forward, a total of 25 because of blast markers, and with the bonus from the all-ahead full. Firing this killer cruiser first into my squadron, or the nearest ship there, or my strike cruiser in that squadron. Now you have heavy guns and normal guns. The heavy guns are kind of closer to my bombardment guns, if I recall. Right, sorry, they do 2 damage per hit instead of the normal 1.
We'll start off with guns. It's D6 shots.
The regular guns, D6 shots, because they're orcs naturally, so it's 2 shots, or weapon strength 2. At a moving away capital ship, so it's 1 whole shot. I'm armor 6 on Space Marine vessels.
Ah!
Oh, that's huge! And obviously I'm not bracing because I didn't declare it. I don't want to suffer the penalties of that for next turn.
And then his port heavy guns.
2
shots after shifts.
2 shots after everything is said and done. Yep. Nothing.
Him no. I guess we'll go right to the guns, the heavy guns.
Right to the heavy guns.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna have half the amount of shots.
Yeah. So it's with 4.
He's only got 1 shot though after everything is said and done.
No.
What about the normal guns?
Yeah.
D6 guns. 3 gunshots.
Strength 3. 2 shots.
6s.
Hey, it damaged you.
All right. Well, I'm not bracing. It's just damage. So is it critical? No, not quite. So I got 5 hits remaining on that ship. That's gonna bring us to boarding. There's no teleport attacks or anything like that coming up either. So which one of these 2 would you do? These should be straight dice, I think, right? After everything is, because your strength is 2 to my 1, so you double me for plus. Actually, no, you're at +1. So it is straight dice. So you get +2 because you double out my strength because you have 2 to my 1.
And I'm an orc.
And you're an orc, so you get 3. I'm a space marine, I get 2, but I'm the one being boarded. My turrets help me out here. So it's straight dice roll off.
Ah!
I need a roll.
That was my wall.
Oh, I take a damn. Oh, that kills him. Kills him off. I assume it was that one first, right?
Yep.
Boom. Now we get another roll off over here. Same.
Ah!
Oh, you killed him too.
It works if you scream.
You gotta scream. Unfortunately, those ships won't have any shields for the upcoming shooting phase on mine.
Come on, bro.
I only have my strike cruisers left. My escorts are all dead. Huzzah. And now this goes away at the end of your turn. Oh, you gotta get rid of blast markers.
Oh, yeah.
Roll it up, my friend.
Ah! Okay.
Tree.
So, these 2 need to go.
Bye-bye.
And
It's one of those 3.
this one I don't think is going to matter. So we'll take this one.
Looking pretty grim here for the Space Marines, but they are, I don't know, the Emperor's Retribution. They're what mankind has best to offer.
Wah, bro.
So watch as
Wah.
3 strike cruisers attempt to carry this game on their own.
I have to just dice you and will.
Hey, you're doing pretty good so far.
My ships, they don't do good with the guns.
They don't, no, evidently. So I have to.
What kind of order do you give?
I gotta give fuel to those Thunderhawks so they show up. We need more Thunderhawks. So I'm
Please roll really
leadership
bad.
10.
Oh, you want to use your one reroll?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's very
He's trying
critical.
to reload his
Reload.
base.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, you leadership
Yes.
9. You leadership 9.
No, I'm 10. I'm the
I'm
leader.
going to say 9.
The master.
I'm going to say 9.
I am -1 because I have a blast marker,
That's true.
but I get +1 because of that.
It's true.
Yeah. I bought the master of the fleet.
Did you?
Leadership 10.
How many
And
points is that?
75 with the reroll. It's pretty expensive. I don't think.
Hey, it might have just super helped you right now.
I don't think it's worth it, but it might have been pretty clutch right there. All right.
Oh man, the Thunderhawks have been reloaded.
They got that promethium in them, I suppose.
So Luka's gonna move forward 10, do a 90-degree turn.
Boom.
And we'll just kind of show you where they'll end up afterwards. Okay, we'll chase him for a little bit. Guns the clock. Well, put you out your. No, you just want to go grab them.
Yeah, I'm putting my
You just
Thunderhawks
want to forget.
for now. Putting them down for now.
And the
There
Thunderhawks.
goes the Space Marines. Now I'm going to go ahead and fire their actual, or their guns, not ordnance. We're going to fire at this escort. He's not the nearest, so I have to do a leadership check to see if I can fire at him. Leadership 10. Wow! Wow, okay.
You're going to be firing at him.
I'm firing
Everything
everything
at
at
him?
him. Okay.
I'm going to brace.
Sure.
Okay, number 1 has leadership of 8. Hey!
Nice!
After modifiers, 3 shots with the bombardment cannons. Looking
Need
for 4s.
4s. Oh, we got 1.
I have no shield because I blew up your ship.
Brace.
We braced it! This is kind of painful, isn't it?
It's pathetic. It's pathetic.
And then regular shots?
4 with their regular weapon batteries. 5s, I think I need
I
on
think
the
I
side.
have 4s on them. I'm actually pretty positive they're 4. Yeah, they're 4
Oh,
on the
that's
side.
3 hits then.
Okay, we'll just triple brace that. No.
I killed 1 whole ship.
You got me, bro. Hand me a blast marker, please.
Okay,
Well-
so
Yep.
ordnance phase.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna launch these Thunderhawks
Uh-huh.
properly. We're gonna start by hunting down this one.
Luka, I'm not going to bother rolling my turrets because you only roll 1 crit, you said?
Right, yeah.
So you're in.
And then it automatically kills it. Pew.
Yep.
Thunderhawks.
And next.
So yeah, if the next
I
one,
used to kill these two, just say it now.
yeah,
Fly and fly?
those ones are gonna fly there. Those ones are gonna
Yep.
fly there.
Okay, nothing I can do. They're just automatic crits, so they're dead.
Yeah, so I played with a house rule in my last set with James. I don't know if it's the house rule, but they changed it so the lowest crit you could roll was a 4, which made it a little bit more balanced. Because the way it works is when an escort takes a critical hit, they're automatically destroyed. And a hit and run inflicts a critical hit, but you have to roll on the chart, which is a 2-up, but Space Marines get +1 to the roll. So I rolled a 4 result. So no matter what, even if I roll a 1, it becomes a 2. And even FAQ'd is saying that yes, a 1 becomes a 2, which automatically kills an escort. It seems a little much.
Hey, Space Marines did everything for 145 points. You're literally 20 points cheaper than my cheapest ship with all that. Okay, Luka, remove blast markers.
All right, let's get rid of 4 of them. Well, we like to get rid of you, and I guess you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to come up behind you almost certainly. Though my guns ain't great. I'll see what we can do. If I can get even one of your ships crippled, I'd be happy.
So that order comes off now. It's currently bottom of turn 3, as we have an actual cruiser clash going on. We got my 3 cruisers versus your 3.
We're going to try to reload our launch base, and we have.
Nice.
Then who's the highest? You got leadership 8, so you're going to attempt to come to new heading.
Yep.
And then you're going to attempt to come to new heading.
Maybe?
Which I fail? At least you're 5.
Oh, so you would be 6 because of my modifier, but you rolled a 7.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Reload on him and come to new heading on this guy over here. And now his movement.
I must go 10.
Boop.
I hit there and I lose 5.
Yeah.
Gonna go here.
45-degree turn.
And where's the 5? Oh crap. That's bad.
He's still,
That's bad. I'm so slow.
still, yeah. These orc cruisers are brutal slow. Still touching the blast marker.
Okay. This guy's going
Move
here.
10. Turn 45.
Yeah. Just gonna here.
Move 10 again. And now, because of his order come to new heading, he's allowed to do a second 45-degree turn. So he's going to be, was facing there, now he's facing over there.
And same. And then.
Shooting, we're shooting out 2 squads of orc bombers from the port and starboard.
I had some guns to fire. Actually.
Yeah, big guns on him too.
Let me see my orc. I might be able to. Never mind, he's just out. So yeah, just have one set of guns. It'll be one shot.
One shot. Moving away capital ships.
Ah!
One shot after everything is said and done, and it doesn't get through the armor. Well, big guns. Yeah, big guns.
No, not enough.
Oh, it's only the killer cruisers.
So this guy's gonna fly into him.
Flying to him. All right, let's see what my turrets can do. I got 2 turrets on my bigger cruisers. We destroy one of the bombs, so one of the bombers gets in. So D6 minus 2. So 3 hits. I'm not gonna brace. You need 6s? No, my armor's too tough.
Other one, same one.
Yeah, the other one.
Turrets.
Turrets. Nope, both get in. So it's gonna be
Nothing?
that one's nothing. That one's 2. Yep.
And 6s. Nothing.
No. D6 blast markers in the end phase. 6.
no.
So that's all 4 of them gone. Ooh, those are gonna protect you.
They were.
With that many blast markers being removed, that puts that terror ship in not the best position for these 3 strike cruisers about to turn and face them. Let's see how much damage we can actually do, because we haven't been showing off too much. We've been killing escorts, sure, but these capital ships have only been getting lucky against. I'm going to keep that order on them in my order phase, because I'm going to attempt to reload and get more Thunderhawks again. I do.
And then he's gonna move. He's gonna move forward 10, and he gets a 90-degree turn.
Yeah.
Super mobile.
These guys, for some reason, are incredibly mobile, and they get a 90-degree turn.
This is okay. Thunderhawks is probably their best thing.
Yeah.
Nova Cannon and then this 90-degree turn are like 25. Or Sharp Bombardment Cannon. I don't know. I think the 90-degree turn might be more powerful than their Bombardment Cannon, but they're both.
And then I'm going to go an extra 2.5 centimeters for my half move.
Yep.
All ships have to go at least half their movement.
Just like that.
Just like that. So now, if anyone's curious, the wounded one is the one out front now. Oh, just pre-bracing. I like that.
Pre-bracing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can't find the brace. I have braced.
Okay, so let's start off with the big boy shooting. We're going to go with he's down a shield because he unfortunately landed on one.
So slow.
And bombardment cannons. That's the big ones, right?
Just 285.
He's 200.
145.
Leave him alone, all right? They could be 160 if you want 2 levels of shields on them.
Man, okay. Oh, here's another one. They cost 15 points to get 2 shields.
Which is overpowered. Which is way strong.
I can buy a second shield for 50 points. 1550. Why?
This is a clear example of back in the day where orcs were more of a joke race.
Don't mock my orcs, bro.
They're
3 bombardment cannon shots, looking for 4s.
Oh, we got 2, but
Okay.
you braced.
Double brace. One goes through.
Is it a critical?
It is a critical.
It's a natural critical anyways. Now the actual critical result, a 6.
Oh, that's my...
Engines.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's also +1 damage.
Oh, no. So what's my engines or what?
You can't turn until it's repaired.
Oh, fantastic.
And my normal batteries is
I have
total
armor on the side. 5s.
5s. Got 2.
All right. Brace.
Nice brace.
Now one goes through.
Is it critical on a 6?
Up?
No.
That does cripple me finally. So I'm mocking these for having everything, but they only have 6 hull points to my 10. Like that's my one thing. Orcs have a lot of hull points.
And now for the best.
Yep.
Honestly, my favorite part. I love the idea of These guys aren't really meant for, void fighting. They're meant
How far do they move, Luka?
20. I don't think they're gonna. I think maybe those ones can make it.
This guy's gonna make it for sure.
I'm gonna move them to.
They're all gonna fly at me, and we're gonna see which ones can't make it. Let's put one set like right here.
Yeah. So
and the rest are gonna make it.
These guys make it in, and then these guys essentially make it.
Not gonna bother firing my turrets because they're automatically gonna crit me. So why don't you roll a couple of crits?
All right.
These are just gone. They're getting to me for sure.
No, they're both making it to you.
Yeah, two of them make it for sure. One's not.
So one set lags behind.
One's like can be up to here if you like.
So I guess here's two of them with +1s, a 7 and a 3. Oh, fire!
Oh goodness. Okay.
Fire!
I'm on fire.
It's probably one of the worst ones.
the worst one.
And starboard, your right guns don't work.
Right guns don't work, and I'm on fire. Any hull points on that?
No.
Okay. Infinity stuff.
Yeah, you got it.
I have 5 hull points left to try to repair.
No, he fixed both of them. Sad.
All right.
No fire.
No, I'm gonna leave my guns hurt.
Okay.
I fixed my engine.
Oh, your engine was messed up. I forgot about that.
So my engines and fires out.
Okay.
But my right side guns are still. Oh, yeah, that's fine. My right side guns are no good. All right, Luka. I'm gonna kill all of them this turn.
Is this the turn?
Yeah, 100%. I gotta.
Is he crippled?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you. If I don't kill you, you're gonna fly
That's
away.
it. I'm just gonna fly away. Yeah. Stuck with this order right now. You got Thunderhawks on your tail.
Don't care.
And these guys move every ordnance phase too, so you have to kill them.
Don't care.
You don't care. You got one goal in mind.
Yeah.
So the man can turn now.
So we're gonna go. We have to go.
Do you want to use the planet first?
I couldn't.
Yeah, why not? You
I can't turn backwards. I have to go. I can't.
No.
And then I'm gonna take my 4 to 5. And then I have to go with the. I don't have to go with the 5, but I'm gonna.
All right.
So yeah, there was no orders.
We're just trying to get into a better
Actually,
position.
I probably should just lock on him.
Okay, that makes sense. I know we're supposed to do the orders first, but
Yeah, he'll lock on.
He'll
I should have did the orders first. He's gonna fail anyway. Oh, he passed!
he passed with it. That's the leadership 5 guy, isn't
Yeah,
it? Wow.
I guess he'll attempt to lock on too,
Might as
which
well.
would happen a second ago.
That failed?
He's leadership. No, I passed.
Oh, he passed because he get +1.
Yeah. First, he's gonna use the planet. Oh, I want to skirt that.
Yeah, you don't want to hit the blast. You're too slow already.
And then I'll use. I can't use the planet again. But I'm gonna go. This guy, he's not gonna be able to. This one's gonna go forward 10, and then he's gonna. And then.
Yeah.
Do I want to go any more than that? No.
He did go a little bit further. So now this is what we got.
Him. Into them.
Oh, firing everything into them, eh?
Everything.
So the way firing at ordnance works, they essentially treat it as if they have armor 6. Even lances need 6s to hit them. But if they're hit once, they're dead. There's no save or anything like that.
Okay. D6 shots. They have strength 6.
Shooting at the ordnance, we get 1 hit, a 6 kills them.
No, they're fine.
Target lock, you have to reroll.
No. Oh, dang. I turned. No, okay. Target lock doesn't allow me to turn.
Right.
I did all my turning, so we're going to say I didn't do any...
Target lock, yeah. There's no orders.
No orders for them.
So no re-rolling their shots, essentially.
But it didn't matter. This kill cruiser... Oh, I got to kill them, because it's going to mess me up. So yeah, it's everything to them.
Everything in them again? All right. What are we firing first?
Let's do the heavy guns.
Heavy guns, is it just...
It's 4 and 7. That's going to be 1 shot.
1 whole shot, 6? Nope. And then D6 shots with the other guns?
Actually, this one is going to be...
Ooh.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. This is going to be the proud guns. This is D6 plus 2. So 7, which I believe is probably still going to be 1 shot. It's 1 shot.
Huzzah!
You're fine.
Yeah.
I guess he'll try to...
Oh, you really want those Thunderhawks?
I guess it's exactly the same, right?
You can shoot... Oh, he didn't reload. That's right.
Reload.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll just go after him. I have my 1 port gun. And that's it. I'm going to concede now. Because what's going to happen now is Luka's going to go all head full. Even if he doesn't, I can't get... You know what? I don't concede. Let's see if he passes the leadership test.
I was honestly thinking probably shoot at him for 1 more turn, then leave. You know what? Before Steve concedes, let's just see. They're going to fly into him.
Yep.
And we're going to do some critical damage. Because apparently only 1 turret on your cruiser. A fire again!
Okay.
So he's got 5 remaining hull points, or hit points.
Okay, so with my 5 remaining, I'm going to repair the fire and my guns.
That's really good.
So the crit did nothing.
Yeah, crit did nothing.
And then I removed D6 blast markers.
Which is the 1. There's like not a lot left on the table.
And that is my turn. I did absolutely nothing.
But yeah, that's true. You heal damage. So currently the score is with our own little victory conditions. You have two options. You can use the base ones of the game, or you can use damage inflicted to cruisers and stuff like that. You're really only supposed to play this one with only cruisers. We decided we...
Everyone plays with escorts.
Yeah, everyone plays with escorts, right? So it's not that big of a deal. In this case, we are counting the escorts as points for hits received on them, but they don't count as 3 points for destroying them. It's only cruisers in this case. So you've done a damage to this cruiser for a point, and you killed 5 of my escorts for 6 points. I've killed...
6 escorts.
6 escorts for 6 points, and
5.
I've done, and he's crippled too.
And 3, and he's crippled.
I've done 3 damage to him.
Yeah, when I boarded you.
Oh, so it's a big lead for the Space Marines. We've done enough in this system. I think it's time for all ahead full, and we get it. And they're gonna go an extra 4d6. That's not that much. 6, 9. They go 31. No, sorry, 34. So we are leaving the system. So we came up here, flew up. We did a circle around the planet, did enough damage, and decided to leave.
I'll never really catch him now and get guns on him. So
yeah,
it's safe to concede at this point.
All right. Awkward.
I knew it. Sickened.
Good game.
Yeah, we got there. You know what was weird? It was the second I lost my my Rams that all the sales left. He was like, oh, he's got me now.
Right. Well, the Rams are doing a surprising amount of damage, but we'll take it to the post game. See you guys there.
Thank you so much for watching. After our post-game discussion, don't forget to check out the next bat reps between Luka and Steve in the MiniWarGaming Vault. They will be playing Necrons versus Eldar Corsairs. Vault members are what drive MiniWarGaming, so consider joining to support us in making even more miniature wargaming videos for you.
All right, folks, welcome to the post game for one of our first few Battlefleet Gothic games we're going to be doing for you. Steve and I are pretty much like grinding them out for a little bit here. I know we already know what we're doing for our next game a little bit. Yep, we'll go into Duty details. That'll be for the Vault members in the Vault, so you'll see that in a second, literally. Space Marines just do what Orks do, but better?
Maybe. Yep, actually, yes.
So, Orks want a board, Space Marines want a board.
Yep.
Space Marines get +2.
Also, they don't... Orks kind of have to board. Well, I'm by no means an expert.
Right.
Orks kind of have to board. Space Marines don't have to.
Yeah, Space Marines don't have to board because they have the bombardment cannons, which are quite powerful on those strike cruisers. Apparently, everyone runs triple strike cruisers. That's like the base. Unfortunately, that's like all Steve has. Those are his Dark Angels.
That's actually he's playing my Space Marine fleet.
I was playing his Dark Angels. That's what he has. He's got a battle barge.
Everybody owns the exact same Space Marine fleet.
Yeah, essentially. Like I was playing the Codex Astartes Space Marine fleet. I forgot to mention that earlier, which is like the previous, like, okay, here you guys go. Here's a Space Marine fleet. That's the one without the venerable battle barge, and because Space Marines don't really have like they have like a bunch of different random ships for chapters. They all serve different purposes, but generally this is all what they do. They're glorified transports. Yeah. They're all about planetary assaults, boarding other ships, not prolonged space combat. They want to get to you, get the Space Marines in there, and disable your ship. Scuttle it, essentially.
I just want a ram.
And the Orks want a ram. We've seen one good ram. We had one good ram.
And no good... Well, yeah, a couple good boardings.
You killed...
When 2 little guys gang up on you, I can board.
Yeah,
when one big guy goes after one of your little ships, we blow up.
You took 3 hits, no criticals, thankfully. But the fact that you had a 2-to-1 me on the escorts just to show off that Orks want to board to an equal level Space Marine is pretty nuts.
And yeah.
And you know what? Luckily, you rolled high enough.
So
because it's still really risky. Because if I had rolled too higher,
because there's nothing about Space Marines that's ridiculous.
It's just they're pretty good.
The bombardment cannon's pretty good.
Yeah.
The Thunderhawk's pretty good.
Yeah.
The Strike Cruiser's 90-degree turn is pretty good. Yeah. It's when you mix them all together is where and then keep the point. Like why? It's the points. It's only the points for me in Space Marines.
I agree. I think at 145, 160, if you do the really overpowered double shield build, which came out later rules, I think it's a little much.
But to be fair, and then we got to compare that to playing as Eldar or even Necrons, right? So you kind of need all those things.
Right, and then that's when you start getting the armies that are like...
I mostly like them at Chaos. So maybe it's just Orks versus Space Marines. We'll put Space Marines up against somebody else in the coming week.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Because I think Orks versus Space Marines was a little too one-sided. I'm not too sure.
It wasn't. I took it easy.
I appreciate that. I have no idea what Chaos is about either.
I can't figure them out.
I think the general rule of thumb is both Steve and I really suck at this game. And then it's just like like whoever rolls better tends to win better. I got really lucky on a few of those. My Space Marines
we're both very aware there's some veterans watching, like, what are these idiots doing?
Yeah, like
I don't care, move my ship's vroom wah.
It's just exactly. I just moved my ship. My turn's 90 years, doesn't. Ha ha ha! Bang, bombardment cannons.
I love this game so much.
It's a good game, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks for sticking around, and if you're not a Vault member, check out the other one there. And see you next time. Sorry for the throat. Happy wargaming.